Your comfort zone is keeping you from your life purpose. Hi, I'm Keisha Golden, and today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that your comfort zone is keeping you from your life purpose. Have you ever asked yourself, why am I not growing? The simple answer to that question is simply because you are not willing to get uncomfortable. Because being uncomfortable means that you have to leave your comfort zone. The first way that our comfort zone is keeping us from our life purpose is through our mindset. Our mindset can keep us stuck or it can help us grow. It all depends on which mindset you have. Are you an individual that has a fixed mindset where you feel like things are just the way that they are and nothing you can do can change it? Or are you an individual who has the growth mindset that is willing to learn, to experience, and to find different ways to achieve what they dream? The first step into changing your mindset so that you are able to become unstuck is to realize and admit that you do have a fixed mindset. Once you're able to realize and recognize the mindset that you have, you immediately begin to make a change. So, with the growth mindset, we are not going to sit and just wallow in our sorrow. We're not going to have pity parties for ourselves. With the growth mindset, when one thing does not work, even though it may make us feel uncomfortable, we are going to attempt to figure out a way to get back on course. We are going to figure out a way to be able to follow our dreams, pursue our goals, achieve the things that we want to pursue and achieve, like living in our purpose. Another thing that keeps us from living in our purpose is fear. And I know most of us will think, well, I'm not afraid of anything. But have you thought about this? Or have you caught yourself saying that you're afraid of change, that you're afraid of success, that you are afraid of the unknown? These are all forms that fear can take on. And the more we experience these things that we consider as fear, we won't venture out of our comfort zone because everything that we are afraid of is outside of the comfort zone because we have no idea what lies outside of that place. So when we allow ourselves to change our mindset and get into the frame of mind that every day that we wake up, we are experiencing change because no one day is like the other. Every day there is a change in our lives, be it from the way that we feel, the way that we think, or the way that we move and operate during the course of the day. We are experiencing change. So we are not so much afraid of the actual change as we are at the idea of the change. How can we get over this fear that we're experiencing, whether it's change, fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of success? Stop overthinking. I am someone who has overthought just about 90% of my life, and I still do it a little bit today. But once I was able to realize that the overthinking, the overprocessing of things was keeping me stuck, I learned ways to not overthink as much. I'm human, it's going to happen just as it will with you. But when you are able to recognize it and rein it in, and understand that, yes, there are some things that are out of your control that you cannot change. There are some things that you are going to be able to have a hand in as far as changing it or operating. or have a hand in maneuvering the results, you get better at not thinking out every single solitary step, because the whole process of planning every detail comes from wanting to control. And the need to control comes from the fear of change. So once we are able to stop overthinking, we allow ourselves to get comfortable in knowing that, yes, things are going to change. Things are not always going to be the same. And yes, there will be some things out of my control. Another way that kept me from staying in the trap of fear was I learned to become excited about the things that I had no idea how to do, about the experiences that I had never experienced before. Once I changed the fear to excitement, things got easier. Things were so much more better for me because I changed my perspective. So not only was I not thinking of every step of the process, which was keeping me from actually doing the thing, I started to experience the things. I became comfortable with change and knowing that change is going to happen. I became comfortable with failure because I changed my perspective on what failure was. Failure was no longer I was not good at something. Failure was, I tried it this way. It didn't work. Let me try it another way. And once you change your perspective on these things that you fear, it helps you to be able to move towards those goals. It helps you to be able to live life on your terms. It helps you to live in your purpose. The last reason that we are stuck in our comfort zones is because we tend to lack action. We know that we need to make changes. We know that there needs to be movement in a certain direction. But we don't make the changes. We don't take the movement because that means we have to take action. We have to do something about it. And the minute we do something about it is the minute that we are acknowledging, not only to ourselves, but to those around us, that something is wrong, that we're not happy in the environment or in the situation that we are living in. And again, that is a result of your mindset, your fixed mindset. Because again, individuals with a fixed mindset are not going to want to take those steps. They're not going to want to take action because they feel that the action, regardless of what they do, is not going to garner any results. I'm here to tell you that that is false. One minute movement of action can become a snowball effect and change your entire life. So this is how we're going to overcome not taking action. We are going to start with one step. That's all it takes is one step. If that means that in order for us to live in our purpose, we have to change our surroundings. We can start with a small step of changing our homes and how it looks. We can do a step of changing those people that we are around. We can do a step of changing things in our daily routine. So instead of watching television for endless hours on the day, we read a book. We go for a walk where we're able to clear our minds. If you don't want to read, do an audiobook. You take a course. You learn something from someone. You have a conversation with someone who's where you want to be. These are all steps that we can take that are going to get us action, that are going to get us living in our purpose. So, in this moment, in this very moment, take a second and think about what is keeping you in your comfort zone and what is one step that you can take today that is going to create forward movement so that you are no longer stuck and you are beginning movement towards living your purpose.